Okay, I'd like to bring this meeting to order. The Village of Villa Park Board of Trustees Public Hearing, November 27th, 2023. Clerk Konecki, please call the roll.
Trustee Alfano?
Here.
Trustee Cordova?
Here.
Trustee Corkery?
Here.
Trustee Kozar? Trustee Kumar? Trustee Patrick?
Here.
President Kazone?
Here. And please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, a public hearing tonight is on the proposed 2024 calendar year budget, and I'll turn it over to Manager Harline.
Did you want to open the, or, well, basically, I just, the village has submitted the preliminary budget for review. It's available here in Village Hall. It's at the library, and copies are available online as well. There will be edits to this budget from now until a final adoption in December 18th, although the bulk of the, I think many of the decisions that have been discussed by this board are already reflected in there, such as an additional police officer, actually, if you go budget to budget, 2 additional police officers, and additional money for some other projects. But the rest I'll leave for comment during the, after opening the public hearing, so.
Okay. I'm just going to keep it a public hearing. Public comments?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we'll go to public comments. Do we have anyone, public comments on the agenda?
Yes, Cheryl Tucker?
I don't know if I have as much public comments and more that I didn't see something. I'm still confused because the cannabis thing for the rec and park, I'm still not seeing a line item for it. I'm seeing it in the budget listed for the police and fire pension under the general funds, but I'm not seeing it listed for the rec and the pool under there. Is there a line item I'm missing for it? And then my understanding, it was supposed to be 1% for the recreational and the pools, and then 2% for police and fire, and that's not showing either. The other question I was noticing is on TIF 3, which is the North Avenue TIF. What year is the village going to start seeing revenue from that TIF? Seeing the 2024 budget was increased 57%. Expenditures, when are we going to start seeing revenue from there? I was kind of curious on that one. And I noticed that on a lot of our contractual services, we have a lot of increases of over 100% on some of them. And this might be for our village manager. We've got one on there for 2014 referendum, which has engineering services at 497% and contractual budget for 414%. Is that something that it's under the street improvement fund expenditure? Is that something we're still paying on from 2014? Is that why it's in there? On other contractual services, I was just kind of curious that we have a lot of them that are. Do we have a lot of contractual services that we have that we don't do in the village, that the percentage rates are so high on several areas?
For which is that for? For
Other contractual services?
in streets?
Street improvement fund expenditure, that one's listed under. There's some under the swimming pool fund, parks fund, building and grounds, stormwater, sidewalks, street lighting and traffic control, public works administration, police patrol, and IT, TriTech. So there's a lot of contractual services that are over like 100% or whatever increase. So I'm just kind of curious if that's kind of normally how a budget would look. Because I take it the contractual services are contracts that we make outside of the village that they have to do, and that's why they're there. Those are my curiosities on the budget.
During the
I don't
public
see
hearing section, or, well, I would, Michael Guerra could probably give you more detail on the referendum, but we're doing a lot more of the we're doing some large referendum-funded projects, and that's why that amount goes up. That's all the engineering for the referendum-paid projects. In terms of the IT, we have moved bit by bit, and this year more of the IT, different computer programs, different technology, software into the IT budget and consolidated there. We also have I think it's about $98,000 this year for the first year implementation, or actually that'll be second year implementation of the new BSA software, which will be, so the implementation costs in the first 3 years are higher. But that's the answer for those particular ones. If you send me a list, I can give you an answer as to why we have additional contractual services. And there are actually some decreases in contractual services elsewhere, which are reflected because we've moved, like the civic rec programming used to be in the recreation budget. It's now being moved into the city manager's office where the IT director's budget is. So.
It was just a general question,
Yeah.
that there was a lot of contractual services that looked like they were over 100%. Is that a normal thing that goes through a budget?
But
that
if
we
you're
get
increasing
those.
if you're doubling something, that's going to be an unusual event, almost always is an unusual event. And that's why there's such a large increase in the IT contractual services budget, because we're consolidating a bunch of different types of software in one budget. Plus there's the expense of the new ERP software, which there's the first couple of years are going to be a higher expense, and then the actual annual cost will be much lower than that.
And is that like the police patrol budget went up 248%, is that because of the new contracts that you guys are working on? That would be kind of part of that?
A new officer too.
Well, the contractual services, I believe, in that one is for and I'd like to double check before you hold me to this, but I believe that has to do with software for body cameras, which is the first year as a capital expense, and then we're putting it in as a contractual expense after that. So
that's where they roll over,
Yeah.
basically, the contractual expense. We go one budget and then they roll over.
Yeah, well, in this case, it does. Yeah, it should be, next year, it'll be pretty much a flat amount. So the year-to-year change will be negligible, like 3 or 4%. But it'll be, if you compared 2025 to 2023, you'd still see that,
Going up and down, okay.
Yeah. Those are some costs that we would love to, some of those are required through the Safety Act, although we've had body cameras, we just had ones that didn't work terribly well, and so we're switching to another more expensive but a lot more reliable system on that particular one. And there's the split on the cannabis is supposed to be equal police, fire, parks, and I think that there was a year when that wasn't split properly, and we've gone back and then we'll fix that. But and I'm trying to find
Where's it actually line item?
But
There's a line item for the cannabis tax on,
61.
Just used, is that what it's under?
what's
Because
this,
above it, it just says cannabis tax used. Is that the one that's supposed to be?
cannabis tax,
recreational?
cannabis tax to parks, and it's got a year-to-date
Yeah.
of 66,318.
And that's.
And then it's budgeted for 69,000 for next year.
Page 61.
Page 61?
Yep.
Thank you. That's where it's listed at. I was trying to find it, and I just couldn't find it. And do we know what year the village was going to start seeing revenue
Well,
for TIF 3?
We are getting some
Are
revenue.
we getting some
Yeah.
already?
Yeah,
Okay.
the revenue has gone up. It has increased recently because we have seen the couple of the Target USA has gone in there, and so that all the new property value will go into the increment. And so that goes in there. We've seen increases when we added the wildfire, some other things. We didn't, Target is outside of the TIF, Casey's is outside of the TIF, and then the amount of development that was originally desired has not taken place, but with the addition of the Target USA, that's made a significant input, or increase in the amount of revenue we see every year. And we're getting to the point where we can afford, we had some debt in that TIF, and we were seeing a deficit, but we're beginning to see that level off and beginning to look much more healthy. And
And that's why we're seeing the 2024 budget, the increase for the
yes,
57% increment, because we've now rolled over from being in so much debt that now it's starting to go the other direction.
well, yeah, that property is going to improve the revenue, the annual revenue in the increment, so.
Okay.
Is there anything else either of you would like to add to perfect it? Okay. I didn't say anything that was grossly errant, right? Right.
Okay. Okay, do we have any more public comments? Okay. Seeing none, let's call for adjournment or just,
Close the public hearing.
okay. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Cordova, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Corkery? Okay, Clerk Kornacki.
Okay, trustee Kumar?
Yes.
Trustee Alfano?
Yes.
Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Kozar?
Yes.
Trustee Corkery?
Yes.
Trustee Cordova?
Yes.
President Kazone?
Yes, okay, we will close the public hearing and then we will reopen our regular meeting in about 2 minutes. Thanks.